Okay, George Hammerbacher's back in the booth, and we're getting ready to kick off our finale of the Bar Box Bash here at the Newport News Peninsula Billiards. Wonderful place. Pool is very, very alive and well in this Virginia, and they show up for their pool here. We had 44 bar box competitors of all descriptions, 4 females, and now we're down to the final 2. This title match is going to feature a 1-set race to 8, and it's going to pit Scott Haas, who went through the losers bracket and just defeated James Blackburn from North Carolina by the score of 5-1, and now he's going to hook up with the undefeated Shaun Wilkie. Shaun is sponsored on tour by Lucchese Hybrid Cues, Blackheart Tips, and Lights Out Apparel, and his wonderful young man, a credit to this great sport. He respects and reveres the game. He's a great young man. Give you the shirt off his back. He's a living doll. I've known him since he was a real young man coming up through these tours, and he's played about every great player that ever chalked a cue. He plays about all events. He plays several pocket games extremely well, and that Scott Haas and Shaun exchange handshakes. This is going to be a 1-set race to 8 for the title. I'm George Hammerbacher, voice of the Action Pool Tour. Looks like Shaun has won the leg and is going to break the balls, and we have an alternating break format. One final set, race to 8, and this is where it's just a 1 set, not true double elimination. And we also have a second chance tournament going on, which is a feature. One race to 8 for the title. Scott Haas played exceptionally well his last couple matches. He dispatched Dave White. Now he dispatched James Blackburn. This is the Action Pool Tour. We feature 8, 9, and 10 ball disciplines. It's a regional pool tour played in Virginia and Maryland. Our next stop is going to be at the First Break Cafe in Sterling, Virginia for a 9-ball event called the Bob Stock Memorial. April 10th and 11th, I believe, are the dates. It's the second weekend in April. And we'll get the show on the road. Wilkie on the break. Wow. Boy, he's got like 4 low balls over the pockets. 7 hanging over the edge. The 6, it's just the 8 that's in a little bit of a jam with the 6 and 10, but Scott is a hell of a player from Pennsylvania. Like I was telling you, I met him when he was a young man as well, and he disappeared for a good while. But a nice, very good, very skilled player. This is like, he might, the trouble with breaking these is that the 6 ball isn't really going to go any place special. He hopes it goes back towards the side where he's going to shoot the 7. He wants to be a little straighter when the 7 is before he does this. I'd say he's going to play the 4-1, and that was good, but unfortunately it broke the 8 ball into the sewer hole over there. It's locked up with, I believe, the 12 and the 13 ball and the 10. He might be trying to get him the 8 in the side pocket, 2 cushions. That'll be a superstar shot. 8 must go, according to what he just did. Either going to bump it in off the 10. Scott Haas breaks and runs out off of Wilkie's break, takes a 1-0 lead in this contest. Other sponsors include Q Sports International, the CSI company that owns BCA pool leagues, American Billiard Clubs, North American distributors of Magic Rack, and they also do major tournaments all over the country, including the BCA Nationals in Las Vegas each year with about 10,000 people participating. Ozzie Reynolds, the CEO of that particular outfit, is also the owner and founder of the Action Pool Tour that we're out here on. And this is my 5th year of being in the booth. It's hard to imagine, but that's Haas with the very effective break shot. Made a solid. Made 2 balls. I don't know what the other one is. I can't see it in the box, but I know he made 2 balls. I think it's a stripe he made, so he still has his choice. Looks like he sort of likes the stripes. Still looks like the second chance tournament's still going on. And that's one of the features of the Action Pool Tour. He got on that 9. There's no negotiating. Just looking at the next ball. He's starting to play good. I don't know about this 11. It must be good if he's shooting it. Is he coming for the ace deuce gap? Yes, he is. He's going to have to play the 13. He's out of line on the 10. He's getting line of sight for the 10 in the side pocket, I believe. That was a little less than good. Angle is more into the 8 than he might like. Might end up playing the 8 in the pocket that he's standing in. Oh, what a shot. This guy can flat out make balls, folks. He is a machine, ball-making machine. 2-0, Haas. This is stop number 3 of the 2018 Action Pool Tour season. Other sponsors include Predator Cues and Predator Products. They make more than just the high-tech shafts and low deflection cues these days. They make chalk and gloves and cases. They're a titan in the industry, and we truly, truly, truly appreciate their support. Additionally, we have Viking Cues of Wisconsin. They're very, very popular. I remember living in Wisconsin, and I played lots of pool there, and I saw a good many of the local people, especially playing with the Viking Cues, even though they're national concern. And people are playing with their cues everywhere. That's where they were located originally, in Madison, Wisconsin. It was Gordon and Nancy Hart. I don't even know if those folks are still involved in it, but still real nice cues. From a cue snob and a degenerate, and I'm one of them. So Shaun made a couple of balls on the break, 3 to be exact, and they were all solids. But the stripes seemed to be much more attractive to him. These balls will be gone in about 30 seconds. Shaun Wilkie gets on the board with a strong break and run, trailing 2-1 against Mr. Scott Haas. Other sponsors we have include Simonis Cloth, probably one of the, if not the oldest surviving billiard concern there is. Been cloth since 1600 sometime at the onset of pool and billiards. We have Aramith balls, Belgian balls that are the choice of players around the world. Many world, national, and big-time matches have been contested with Aramith balls as the ball of choice. We have Kamui products. It's the Kamui chalk, the Kamui tips are highly prized by professional and top amateur players alike. Thanks again, Kamui. OzoneBilliards.com, where you can buy about anything known to man when it comes to pool and billiards and other game room accessories there. Thanks, Ozone. We have the diamond products. They make the diamond. Tables. U.S. Opens have been played on them for the last, gosh knows, about 10 years or more. The table of choice. They were designed by professionals for professionals with totally flat edges and no lips, where they were all flat surfaces, and the pockets are very tight and tough, and they're naturally around 4.5 inches across the point. They make 7, 8, 9, and I've seen 10-foot diamond tables, and they also make the lights that'll match the table, that the wood that's over the holding the lights. Also furniture that they make, stools, tables, things like that. Excuse me. But they're also huge in the business. We have the Diamond Billiard Room, Midlothian, Virginia, home of Rayman's Pro Shop. Ray Walters is the Action Pool Tour director, and he's an expert cue repairman. He's a retired U.S. Navy Special Forces individual, great man, one of my favorite people. So that's Rayman's Pro Shop at Diamond Billiards. Has a great junior pool program where they've had 3 or 4 nationally ranked juniors in the last several years come out of there. And their owner, Thomas Dorsey, is, in the Dorsey family, Thomas Dorsey is an instructor in the same organization that I'm a member of, which is Professional Billiard Instructor Association, BCA Instructors. Thomas Dorsey, and they have great food, terrific league and tournament activity there. The place is always hopping. If I didn't live 165 miles from their front door, I'd wear that place out. You can rest assured. Also, we have Tiger products, tips and cues. Thank you so much. We have Hasselman and Hunt Family Dentistry. And they're located in Richmond, Virginia. Dr. David Hunt, a.k.a. the Killer Driller. He's an avid player and plays in a good many of our Action Pool Tour events. Excellent player, too, I might add. He beat a major professional once at the U.S. Open. We have East Coast Landscaping. That would be Larry Flager, a guy from this general area, Newport News, Tidewater area, who loves to play, loves to eat, and loves to cut up. It's always a great time when we see Leighton and Larry, and as I said, Rayman Walters, Ray's Pro Shop. Rayman's Pro Shop is, Richmond is very blessed to have him as part of their population base, as well as just a great cue repairman. I wouldn't trust my cues to too many people, but Ray is one of them. I trust him with his mentor, Charlie, as well, back in Baltimore. What a shot Scott just hit. He's just going to get a line of sight on where he's going to play the 10 to the top corner. He just made this happen. He's going to play the 10 in the corner, but he's might have to bump the 8 a little bit, but he'll have the 11 in the side pocket. He's just got to stay down on this ball and make sure he doesn't skid it. Have to play the corner and play the 8 in the lower left corner. That was a nice out from, that was pinpoint, with those balls. He's, one thing I could never teach was talent. And like I said, I saw him when he was a young guy. He was just maybe a hair older than his son is now. And I played him in a tournament and ran 6 racks to beat him on the hill. And he 20-some years later, he comes to Frederick to the tournament, and he says, "You're George Hammerbacher, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And then, oh, look at this. This is ridiculous. How many balls are in there? It's 4 or 5. He did that like 3 times yesterday when we were watching and recording. Yeah. This almost looks like a 9-ball rack now. All those balls upstream. One and 6 in the same pocket. Got to play the 6. Got to play the 6. Don't play position when you got position. Oh, okay. He did a little better for himself. That was over in about 30 seconds. Scott meticulously went through that last rack, and then in 45 seconds, Wilkie just overpowered him. And now it's a 3-2, and Scott Haas is taking a break after that one. So I'm George Hammerbacher, longtime player and instructor, one of the original BCA instructors, now Professional Billiard Instructor Association, advanced level. There are about maybe 60 or so people worldwide that have the advanced or master designation as instructors go. I haven't seen the exact numbers lately, but I teach people from beginners to touring professionals, and I'm really conveniently located right off I-695 and US 40 in Catonsville, Maryland. Very convenient to the Baltimore, Washington, Northern Virginia corridor. I'm also right at the tail end of Interstate 70 and I-695, very convenient, just 2 turns to get to me from Frederick, Maryland, or Hagerstown, or any place that you might chalk a cue and decide you want to work on your game. I have drills, exercises in a format, and I'll work on your mechanics if that's what's needed. And I'll help you fix things that are broke, and if they're not broke, we won't fix them. And I don't play games of pool with the students. Oh, Scott makes a ball on the break. He makes a low ball. He's looking at a tough layout because the 12 or the 13 and the 5 may be locked up in there. And he really it's really difficult to say which way he'll go here. He might play the 1 and try to hit the 5-6 if the 5-6 or the 4-6 isn't dead. The 3 ball's probably sticking out on it a little bit. The 2 ball is obvious, but he's going to play the stripes and try to run into that 13 ball, if that's what he's going to do, or run into the 12. This next shot, he's gonna try to rub between the 9 and the rail, stay on the 10, and he's gonna put some right hand ball on that, squirt it into the 9. No, 9 must go. Yes, it did. Might be playing for the 14 in the side pocket. He's got to get the cue ball on the left side of the table. We know that. A high right ball will get him there, but it won't get him. He might have to hit some rail. Yeah. He did okay, but he made a little bit of a mess. If he can spin this 11 ball around the 12 or 13 ball, the world might be his oyster, but tough shot. Excellent. He's going to fall right on that 14 ball and get out good. Scott Haas is in the lead over Mr. Shaun Wilkie by the score of 4-2. This is a very, very well played final match to this point in time. Oh, that's going to hurt Shaun. Oh my, he's lost his cue ball on the floor, and leaves Scott a very, very nice scoring opportunity here, to be sure. Ball in hand behind the head string, and might take the stripes. Just looking to see how his 12 looks past the 3. We might be playing the 12 in the top left pocket on your screen based on what he did with his cue ball there. No, that's ideal. He's a little flat on this ball. He might have made a mistake. He didn't quite look at his line of sight. He's a little bit out of line now. He can pocket the 11 in the side, maybe. Or he can play the corner pocket, play for the 9, but He's totally wrong from here. He's over top of the 8. It's not pleasant. Safety plays. That was a strange shot. This looks pretty cut and dried to me. Use the 8 maybe to kill his ball. Oh, he went right around it. Good speed. This is a routine. Well, he didn't stroke that one. He made a very bad mistake there. I don't know if he can cut the room around here or hold position. He might run into it. His shot might be a safety behind the 8. He's got to hurry. He'll end up having to bank the 8. But he'll take this. Wilkie gets a game back and trails 4 games to 3. When the score is odd. That game, Shaun, that game your cue ball was on the deck, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. That's after a while you just start to forget whose break it is.
Yeah, that's right. I want the flag.
Right. Four games to 3. Oh! Oh, they're all upstream almost, all these balls. Stripes look like a much more attractive play. Spin it across the face of the 13 and catch it back at the 12. Four.
On the Wi-Fi. It's been out for all this morning.
I just noticed it now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's good. It's good.
doing my best.
Dude, you always do the best. That's just why I like working with you. Because you keep me in check and you help keep me everything straight. And I love it.
That's what I do.
I appreciate you keeping an eye on me too.
4-piece, and we got ourselves a horse race halfway through the match, and Wilkie is back on serve finally. Now he's going to have to keep his cue ball in the light and on the green surface, and he's generally good if he can do that. He pockets balls, a lot of balls, and almost got kicked in, but not twice. He made the 3. Looks like he made either the 3-14 or .310. It's hard to say, but he has a nice open scoring opportunity with either of these layouts. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. The only ball looks tough is this 4 ball maybe. That's a lonesome ball down table, and if it passes that stripe. Yeah, he's looking at where he's got to get. He'll play a little bit of high left ball and probably fetch into the 11. No, he didn't need to do that. He's just as good as gold from there. 5-4, Wilkie. Wow, dry on the break. 2 rails around the horn to the 11. High left ball. Ideal. And roll forward to the 12 and then the 13-8 or vice versa. It won't really matter. Looks like he plays to play the draw ball, not that shot. Got to come back to this one and draw it back to about straight in on the 13 or straight in on the 12. A little short. Might have to play this ball with the left. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Can't see what Shaun's seeing there. Got him. Just got to get the jumpy up. He either's got to play Shake It Up Baby, Twist and Shout, or he's going to call the High Plains Drifter. Six to 4. Scott came up dry on his break, and Shaun got out with a jump shot on the 8 ball for the dough. Any of you folks that have been cyber sweating this, these matches will be when the YouTube Action Pool Tour stream in a few days to rerun these to your heart's content and see some of this great pool absolutely free. And additionally, if any of you have been entertained by this live broadcast and feel altruistic and want to donate a couple dollars towards the stream's expenses, we would definitely be appreciative. And at the website you can see action on the live stream. They'll say donate, and any of that would be greatly appreciated, to be absolutely candid. And coming from around 200 and plus miles from Baltimore to here, and the expenses we encounter, we'd appreciate any and all assistance. Shaun Wilkie rises to the hill. He's one game away from winning the title over Scott Haas in an undefeated weekend. And Scott's unhappy with that. He's played well, but this is the stripes are in the clear basically, except for the 9. Shaun has opportunity, I believe, to play the 11, 13, and 11, 12, and rub the 9 out of there, and pretty much secure the title. going to play the low ball, the high ball, and he rubbed the 9 out. That's his. That looks like game time here. Condemned man is eating a hearty meal. It would take an earthquake or the end of the world for him not to get out from here. Yeah, he's going to play that ball first, I think. We'll play the this ball and then the 11. It looks like he's going to play for the 9. Across to the 11. The condemned man ate a hearty meal. Draw to the side. And that looks like the title to me. Shaun Wilkie goes undefeated and wins 8 games to 4 over Mr. Scott Haas from southern Pennsylvania, an outstanding player who got rubbed out on the break, really. And Shaun made a couple of bad breaks, but Haas falls 8 games to 4 in the finals. It was a lot closer than it looked. George Hammerbacher, voice of the Action Pool Tour, checking out. And again, thanks again to all our sponsors. We're Peninsula Billiards this weekend in Newport News, Virginia. Tremendous place, 44 players played, and now we have a champion, Mr. Shaun Wilkie from Haverty Grace, Maryland. And thanks again to all our sponsors, Q Sports International, Predator Cues and Products, Viking Cues, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Balls, Diamond Products, Diamond Billiards, Midlothian, Virginia, OzoneBilliards.com, Kamui Products, Hasselman and Hunt Family Dentistry, Rayman's Pro Shop, and yours truly, George Hammerbacher, voice of the Action Pool Tour, advanced level instructor, PBIA, Baltimore, Maryland, saying goodbye. Until next month, we'll be at Breaker Sky Lounge. No, excuse me, at a First Break Cafe in Sterling, Virginia, at the Bob Stock Memorial, the 10th and 11th April. So thanks again for all you listeners, and if you enjoy this stream, feel free to donate whatever you can. We'd appreciate it. And again, thanks for all, and hope you all can stay in stroke until next time. If any of you are listening and wondering about this Action Pool Tour, we have a complete website which will answer a lot of your frequently asked questions. I'll say this about us: we feature 5 different levels of player, and you get a chance to play top players like this. And if you're a novice, there's no better experience than this for you to improve your game and ultimately become just more seasoned and and play where your shot has value. Thanks again, folks, and thanks again to the Peninsula staff, Mike and Bill. Thanks a million, and good night.